What's good, YouTube? Flash Speaks back for another video. Alright, so just finished watching the Minnesota Lynx versus the Dallas Wings, and went pretty much what I expected. I mean, it went out there. Was a lot of excitement. The Wings showed up. Paige Bueckers is a homecoming, first game at home. I can tell some jitters for sure. Um, that's the story going into the game, but it went kind of like what I expected. Now the Wings was they were much more competitive this time around than they were the last night. The coach calculates I feel like made some adjustments dealing with the pick and roll from Minnesota. Like last game, they were just getting killed with the pick and roll. It was just all day Courtney Williams to Napheesa Collier. If Napheesa Collier does it, then Courtney Williams. If Courtney Williams, uh, gets around that screen and it's open, she was killing them all day. If not, if he was rolling to the basket, it was just money, 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 money. He made some adjustments, caused actually a few turnovers in that first half on those pick and rolls. But then what happened? Minnesota, that they showed that that's just not enough to stop them. Bridget Carlton and Alana Smith really were key in that first half on both ends of the floor. Paige Bueckers, that's one of the best. That's one of the best things they did. Paige Bueckers struggled more in this game than I've ever seen her struggle anytime, college or pro. Um, the defensive strategy that they had. A lot of Smith Bridget Carlton, two long defenders, tall, longer, sound defenders, coached very well, did an excellent job, made the rookie work. And at certain points of the game, they took the rookie to school on the defensive side of the floor. The way Reeves runs this particular system, man, where you got to run through 1,000 damn screens, to keep up with your player, it just wears you down over time. And I felt like the rookie Paige Bueckers definitely struggled dealing with a lot of that. So let's just look at what they did as a team. As I take to particularly I try to do before we go into the individual performances here. All right, so from the floor, Dallas they won that battle. What's amazing is the Wings had more shots here, which looks like they had more possessions. I mean, it's the way it looks. You're talking about 71 shots to 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 Dallas's 59. Okay, which is crazy. Which means there must have been a lot of rebounds here. But this is interesting. We're going to get to that in a second. Okay, so the problem was that Dallas was just 40% from the floor, whereas the Lynx were 47% from the floor. You know, that's the first thing. From the 3 point line, the Wings actually made 12 threes. The Lynx only made 9. Okay, but Dallas shot more threes. Okay, so 36. They're both about 36% from three, so it was about the same. Uh, Believe it or not, Dallas actually was better from the free throw line. I thought they were missing a lot more threes. Maybe I was focusing on Paige Bueckers who missed two threes. I mean, two. I'm sorry, two free throws, which you just can't do. Ricky got to focus better, man. I don't know if it was that at home. She's way too good a shooter from the free throw line to be missing those. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. 20 for 27 actually were the Lynx. They missed 7 free throws. Wow, that's I did not. I mean, I remember some free throws being missed, but wow, I didn't know it was that many. The Lynx won the rebound battle. Looks like Hines Allen was pretty much the only big that was effective for Dallas, for what I remember. Lynx won the rebound battle, both offensive and defensive. Defensive, they destroyed them, 31 to 18. Rebounds, you're not going to win a lot of games like that, man. Assists, Minnesota Lynx, as usual, excellent assist team. One of the best I've seen. We're talking about 27 assists as a team. That is phenomenal. Now the Wings, if they're judging themselves, they did a lot better tonight. 20 assists, that's pretty good. I believe last game they may have had somewhere around 16 or 17, so that's a big improvement for them. There was more ball movement. The offense did have more flow to it compared to last time. Right, not enough to win, and it's not on the level of Minnesota. Minnesota Lynx is a top team in this league that has aspirations on winning a title. For many people, they are the pick to win the title. So, it's not the biggest shame in the world. Though you hate to see a loss like this where you had a chance to win and you don't do it. They won the steals battle, the Dallas Wings, and which doesn't surprise me. You got Nick Carrington, you got Arike, who led the league in steals last year, and Paige, who is a good defensive player. They actually had 9 steals to Minnesota's 4. In the total turnover battle, they actually won that. They turned Minnesota over 19 times, whereas they turned the ball over 14 times themselves. Both numbers are not particularly good, but 14 is better than 19. And that actually led to 21 points off the Lynx. Another thing I'm noticing too with the Wings, sometimes man, they get these turnovers and then the transition they don't deliver. It's too many instances where like they'll just take on 3-1 transition. They don't even have numbers and they'll just try to dribble into it and all types of stuff like that, which kills them. You see that a lot. I think they could have won the game or had a better chance of winning the game had they converted some of those situations. But I guess that's neither here nor there here. Fast break points, the Lynx won that 22-8. What's crazy though is both teams, the largest lead both teams had was about the same. The largest lead the Wings had was 10, which was early in the game. Like I said, they were ready, so I give the coach credit for having them prepared. It's just he leaves a lot to be desired when it comes to in-game coaching. There are too many instances where I think he could challenge certain calls for referees, and for some reason he wouldn't challenge anything. There was one call against Napheesa Collier that I don't understand why he didn't challenge. Napheesa Collier clearly put her elbow out. It was on a layup, and I think she hit Hines Allen in the neck with her elbow, and they called a foul on Hines Allen, and I don't understand why the coach didn't challenge that. And then there was other instances that you should challenge because why not, right? When you're at the end of a game and it's close and you're talking about it's a 3-point game or something, it's like why not challenge in situations like that? The turning point for the game for me would where it became clear that the Lynx were going to go ahead and win was at the point where the score was I think it was 73-76. Okay, 73-76, and the coach called a timeout. Okay, and they come out of the timeout. He calls a play. Looks like he wanted Paige Bueckers to connect with Alyssa Smith. They got the mismatch that they liked. They didn't connect on that pass, and pretty much from there, it kind of went downhill for them as a team. And that was pretty much kind of like the story of the game. Now, let's see, man. When we talk about individual players, first for the Minnesota Lynx, you got Napheesa Collier doing Napheesa Collier things, putting in her bid for MVP, 28 points, 5 boards, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, a block. She was phenomenal, plus 5. Courtney Williams was a little bit. She was solid. 5 of 13 from the floor. 1 of 4. One hit a 3-pointer. 13 points. I mean, they didn't kill them like last time. Like I said, they were a little bit more prepared for that pick and roll. But then you had Alana Smith stepping up. You had You had Bridget Carlton stepping up. You had Katie Samuelson stepping up. Natisha Heidemann was another one. You're talking about 13 points, 9 points, 9 points, 10 points. That adds up. These players are stepping up. 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. 3 of 7 for Alana Smith from the 3-point line. 2 of 3 was for Samuelson, Bridget Carlton. All of these players were on both sides of the floor, just doing their job, stepping up. Natisha Heidemann, same thing. They were they have such a number of girls, women who do the same thing. I mean, they're just long, 3 and D type players that play on both sides who were just causing fits defensively. There were times that they were going into a zone. I think it looked like about a 3-2 zone, and there was times where Dallas just could not break that damn zone. Paige Bueckers had trouble getting past Carlton, getting past Alana Smith. Same thing with Arike. Same thing with Dejanay. They had trouble breaking the defense. And really they weren't prepared with enough action off of pick and roll and stuff like that. Dallas really has to get these things in line. Or you have to find ways, man, to just break the zone through shooting. Now, it's not like Minnesota's running that zone the whole time. They were switching things up. Reeves is like a genius, with that. But many of those looks were giving them problems. I think the defense was giving them problems pretty much all night. There was a couple of times they had a couple of runs, but for the most part, defense was giving them problems all night. I think the best Dallas had was transition buckets off of steals when they were forcing turnovers. That was probably one of the best things they had going on tonight from what I was looking at. But no individual player really got off. Paige Bueckers, like I said, the rookie, she got took to school tonight by Carlton and by and Smith. They took her to school. That's fine. That happens, man. It does. Carrington was bad from the field as well. 3 of 9. Bueckers was 3 of 11. Arike 8 of 20, which, she'll just keep shooting until she start getting something going. Arike did hit 5 3-pointers. Paige had 2 and Dejanay had 2. Taisha Harris had 2. Now, I don't know. Like I said, the good thing for the Wings, and I guess long term, is they're getting this damn team out the way. This is a serious squad. And some of y'all be clowning and trolling and stuff like that. You probably want to say Dallas sucks and all of that, and I'm not going there yet. Obviously they're a new team getting themselves together. I want to see them play against competition that's a little bit more realistic. Their next game is against the Dream and the Sun. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere here. Their next game Saturday is against the Dream. Right now we're getting a little bit more realistic. This is a little bit more breathing room. All right, so now this is a game you can expect maybe they can win. And then you got the Sun after that. You expect they can win that. And then what's going on? Right. Okay. So they got the Dream coming up. Then the Sun on Tuesday. Then the Sky twice. Okay, so both of those games are winnable. I might be rooting for the Sky in those games, but the point is, Dallas, I think, has a chance to rip off some wins realistically here. Then you got the Wing. Then they got the Storm, that's a tough one again, and then you got the Sparks again. Then the Lynx for some reason immediately, like my God, I got to play Lynx so many times. And then the Mercury. I don't know what happens with that. Then you got the Aces, Lord have mercy. Then you got the Valkyries, that's winnable. The Sun, that's winnable. Mystics, that's winnable. Dream, that's winnable. Then they got the Fever, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be June 27th. Fever for me is winnable as well. That's going to be a good one too. So, uh, short takeaways from the game. I think they played better this time against the Wings than last time. There was some adjustments, some preparation there. I think the ball movement was a good sign. Like I said, 20 assists, nothing to be ashamed of. That's pretty good. But come on, y'all. Like y'all gonna really be like retarded about this? You're playing against the Lynx. If you thought they were gonna beat the Lynx, like, come on, man. What you thought was gonna happen? Lynx are probably gonna be in the finals. Most people are saying that, right? So this is the real. That I have a crazy daughter here. Okay, she's a little, right? You're a little crazy, right? Get back to sleep. We'll take you upstairs and go to bed. So that's pretty much what I got on that game. Yeah, we'll see what's going on tomorrow. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. We got some games tomorrow, but Chicago play finally. So I'll get with you guys later about that, man. Peace out.